beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create this dewy, natural, very glowy makeup look. Now I wear this look to most of my YouTube videos and a lot of you have asked me to recreate this look for you guys. Now I have two signature looks, this one that I'm wearing, and the other one is the one with winged eyeliner and a bold pout or a nude pout. So if you like this look, then let me know in the comment section below if you'd like me to recreate the winged eyeliner look also for you guys. I'll be more than happy to do so. Now if you're new here, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and also hit the notification bell. If you've been around for a while or if you're new here, make sure you're following me on my Instagram account because I do a lot of product reviews there. I do a lot of makeup tutorials and I also announce my giveaway winners on my Instagram account. So without further ado, let's dive right into this video. So guys, this is going to be a very easy, relaxed and chit chat kind of a makeup tutorial where I'm going to be showing you the products that I reach out for very often. Some of these are my holy grails and my favorites. I've repurchased these many times. So this makeup look is pretty simple and very easy to do. Even beginners can do this look. It's very easy. I personally really like these glowy kind of a very subtle makeup. I'm not too much in very heavy makeup. I do like them for occasions, but whether I'm going for dinner or a party, sometimes even at a wedding, this is the kind of makeup that I wear. So I'm also going to tell you a few tips how you can amp this similar look. So for a very dewy, glowy look, you really need a very good base. Now I've already done my skincare. I've applied my serums and my moisturizer, but just before I'm going in with my makeup, I like to go in with another layer of moisturization so that my skin is very hydrated. And the one that I really like under makeup specifically is the Chia Seed Intense No Shine Cream. This is basically a moisturizer from FaceShop. This works beautifully under makeup, keeps my skin really hydrated. So I'm going to take a little bit of this. This has a very creamy kind of a balmy texture and it's very light. So if you have oily skin, combination skin, you can really use this. Even if you have dry skin, you're going to like this a lot. It's really beautiful. And it really hydrates your skin immediately. So I really like to use this and kind of just pat it in just before I start to do my makeup. The other thing you want to make sure is that your under eye is really well hydrated. I have already used an under eye cream, so that's already sorted, but just make sure that your under eye is hydrated because if it's not, your concealer is going to go in and set in the lines or if you have crow's feet, etc. So even though I've already used an under eye cream, what I like to do is I will take the same intense shine cream from FaceShop and I'm just going to pat it all over my eyes just to make sure that we have enough hydration. So do you see I've just used a very simple layer of moisturization and that has given me a beautiful glow. So make sure your base is nice and beautiful and dewy. If you are dry skin, this is a very good moisturizer to use. Otherwise, anything that's very hydrating for your skin. The other thing that I really like is the MAC Strobe Cream in Pink Light. That is beautiful. Next thing I go ahead with is a primer. Now this is very much optional. So primers is really a personal preference. When I have to go in with a heavy makeup or I want my makeup to last really long, like I'm going out for 7, 8, 9 hours, then I definitely use a primer. On a daily basis, I really don't use a primer, but for the sake of this video, I am going to use a primer, and one of my most favorites is this one from Maybelline. It's the Baby Skin Pore Eraser Primer. This is a very beautiful primer, has a very silicone texture, available on Amazon. If you don't find this on Amazon, I have an alternative. I really like this one also. This is from Colorbar. It is a similar texture to the Maybelline, and like you can see, I've already used up the entire tube. This is really a very good primer from the drugstore. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the Maybelline and all you need is literally that much. That's literally all the primer that you need. That's also actually a lot, but this really spreads out very well. So I'm going to start from the center of my face, basically concentrating on my nose where I have open pores, around my cheeks. I have an oily T-zone, so I like to put it on my upper lip area, also on my forehead. Now you'll see that all the products that I use in this video are going to be very affordable except one or two which are my high-end most favorites. Now I really like these two foundations. The first one is the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation in the shade 128. It's a beautiful everyday foundation. You can build up the coverage, you can mix it in your moisturizer and bring down the coverage as well. The other foundation, not available in India unfortunately, but I'm just showing you so that you know that this is what I really like. Is the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Foundation. Oh my god, this is such a beautiful foundation, guys. It is so dewy. This shade is actually dark for my skin tone, one shade darker actually. I should have gone for the same shade as the Maybelline. but I still use this. I basically mix this with the Fit Me. For the sake of this video, I'm not going to use this. For today, I'm just going to take some Fit Me. So I really like to dot my foundation first on my face so that I know how much I'm putting. I like to keep it less on the forehead because your foundation tends to crack on the forehead. So don't go ahead with a lot of foundation on your forehead. Don't forget the neck. So what are you guys doing lately? Like, I've been feeling so lazy. I mean, I'm not even a lazy person really. I am someone who likes to be on my feet. I like to plan my days and utilize my time well. And past 2 days, I have just been binge watching on Netflix and eating and just putting on weight. And just piling on calories, guys. I mean, that's so not me, and in these surreal times I feel it's just a different side of me that I'm seeing. I'm also very surprised to be lazy because I really like to keep my spirits high, but I really don't know. So how are you guys feeling? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comment section below. What is that you're watching? Are there any recommendations on Netflix? Because sometimes I just feel so lazy, I just want to lie down and just watch something on Netflix. So I saw this movie yesterday, which is actually a new one. Who's that Thor guy? I'm very bad with names. Christopher Hemsworth. I saw one of the movies, which is I think a recent launch. Love that one. Then I've been binge watching on Money Heist. I'm so addicted to that series. I started off very late, so I'm very behind. So let me know in the comment section if any of you guys are watching it. How do you like it? And are any of you addicted to it? I think it's superb. So my foundation, like you see, is blended well now, and you see that beautiful moisturizer underneath is giving me that shine. So whenever you guys see that sheen on my face in my videos, because I wear this makeup, mostly this makeup in my videos, it's because of this very good base that I put. If you guys are dry skin, I highly recommend using a facial oil underneath, and that's also going to give you that beautiful glow. Basically, you want to make sure that your skin is really, really hydrated. So now I'm going to cover my 2 spots that I have here. These are acne scars and they're taking forever to kind of go away. I use this Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. It's one of my favorite concealers to use. This is a little dark shade for me to conceal my under eye circles, so I use it for correcting any spots on my face. This is, however, a very good concealer. The shade is a little bit incorrect for me. It does not brighten my under eye, but it's a beautiful concealer. It has been compared to the Tarte Tape Shape, and I haven't used the Tarte one, but I really like this. It has a very moussey texture to it, so it really blends in beautifully into the skin. And I just like to put it where I have these scars, and I just kind of pat it in. And if you have any other concealer that you use for your under eye, you can use that also. But I particularly like this one. So if you have pigmentation around your mouth, this is a very good concealer to conceal your pigmentation. Now I'm going to go ahead and conceal my under eye areas. My dark circles are popping so much in the past week, basically because I am not eating very well and I'm not taking my full sleep that I usually do. I'm also binge watching Netflix quite a bit, so that's a lot of TV and a lot of phone. So I really like this concealer. It's a Photofocus concealer from Wet n Wild. I'm in the shade light medium. This is a perfect shade for me. It really brightens my under eye area. I also like to highlight the bridge of my nose and forehead with this. So I just go in and highlight this area. Basically, it also corrects my under eye dark circles because this has a bit of a peach tone to it. That's why it really works well for me as a corrector and also as a brightening concealer. So it kind of doubles as a corrector and as a concealer. Now I'm going to go ahead with my Laura Mercier loose powder and set my under eye area. I'm in the shade Translucent. I personally really like this powder. It's a very finely milled powder which really sets my under eye area. It doesn't let my concealer crease. But if you like something that's from the drugstore, I really like the Fit Me press powder also. I use this also quite a lot. The Fit Me loose powder also is very good. I have used that. I've used the light shade, the lightest shade there is, and that's also very good. I don't have it here right now. I think I have it at my mom's, but I do really like that product. So I like to pick the powder on a sponge like this. I'm not going to bake here. I'm just going to press in underneath my eyes. That's just going to make sure that my concealer does not move all day long. Especially when I'm going out in the sun, I really like to set my forehead, my T-zone in specific, because I do really tend to sweat on my T-zone quite a bit in summers. So I set it with this powder itself. Now I'm going to go in with a bronzer because I think bronzer really warms up your face very beautifully, especially in summers. It really is something that I reach out for very often. Even in winters, I generally just love bronzers and highlighters and blushers. So yeah, this one is from Wet n Wild. It's the Color Icon Bronzer in the shade What Shady Beaches. This is something that I really like. This color is very beautiful and orange. It's going to be a tad bit dark for me because I'm not tanned right now. I like to take this to a beach vacation, but I really don't mind a beautifully bronzed face. And the brush that I use for bronzing is Pro Art PF12. This is a very beautiful brush. It's a very good brush for contouring and for specific bronzing. So I'm just going to take a little bit, tap off the excess. This is a very pigmented bronzer, so if you do tend to buy this, then be very cautious with the amount of product that you're picking on your brush. Do you see that's only very little bit? I just barely touch my brush there and you get that much amount of pigmentation from this bronzer. For blush, I will go with this Fit Me blush in the shade 25. It's a very beautiful flushed out blush. I really like the color, something that you can use on a daily basis. And the blush brush that I will be using is this one from Mini. So it's a very beautiful fluffy brush, has very soft bristles. You can use this as a powder brush also. I prefer using this as a blush brush. I'm going to go in with a little bit extra on the blush because this is a very light one, and just pat it into my skin. So I'm first going to kind of flick it out on my cheeks and then just going to pat it in. Now I like to go a little bit extra with my blush because I think it gives a very beautiful flush look. Also a bit on my nose that looks natural and, you know, gives you that glow, that healthy kind of a look on your face. So now I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. My brows are really out of control. They are super bushy. I don't shape them a lot, but I do give them that very neat kind of a look. So currently they are totally out of control for me. But I'm going to use this brow kit that I really like. This is from L'Oreal. It's a Brow Artist Genius. It's very good, especially for beginners. If you want to start doing your brows, this has a darker color here and then this ashy brown color here. It comes with a brush, but I use my own brush. I like this Real Techniques brow brush. Yeah, this is the brow brush. Basically, it looks like this. You can take any brow brush, or even the one that comes in the kit is pretty decent. Comes with a spoolie at one end. The other thing that I really like for my brows is the Wet n Wild retractable pencil. I use this very often. So it has spoolie at one end and then it has the pencil at the other. I'm going to take the spoolie to brush my brows basically a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and fill my brows with the L'Oreal brow kit. I like to make sure that I fill my brows very naturally. I don't like a very heavily filled brows, but let me tell you that filling up your brows really do make a lot of difference. And I have a little bit of scanty brows, like they are thick, but they are scanty. So if you have brows like mine, then it's a very good idea to fill them up. They look really beautiful and your face looks a lot more sculpted. On many days when I am not putting any foundation, I would just put some blush. I will use a lipstick and just fill in my brows and go about doing my things that also look really good. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my eyes, and they are super simple. So all you need is an eyeshadow palette that has some oranges and browns and nude tones in it. I really like this eyeshadow palette from Swiss Beauty. It's in the shade 04 and the colors in here are super beautiful, guys. You can really create a lot of looks with this. I created a glamorous look also with this particular eyeshadow palette and one more liquid eyeshadow. I'm going to link that video here if you missed it. It's a super beautiful eyeshadow look. I really like that, especially when I'm going to a wedding. I really like to wear eyeshadows that are glittery and, you know, beautiful and sultry. So today we are going to do something which is very simple, literally out of this quad. And this is actually a very good eyeshadow palette. First I'm going to go ahead with this very peachy shade right here, and the brush that I'm using is from PAC. It's PAC 210. It's a super fluffy brush. I just like to run this color on top of my crease like this. It's a very pigmented eyeshadow palette, so you have to make sure that you dip in your brush ever so slightly, because then you can build in the colors, but you don't want to go in and pick up a lot of color in the first go. Now, many a times when I'm running short of time, what I will do is when I want to give a definition to my eyes, I don't want to wear any liner, I just want to wear some mascara. I just go ahead with my bronzer and run it through exactly the way I am currently on my crease. The next color that I'm going to pick up with the same brush is this little bit brownish orangish. It's picking up to be very orange on camera, but it's actually a bit of a dark brown kind of an orange shade. I'm going to take very little and I'm going to put it directly into my crease. I want to make sure that I'm not going anywhere above the crease. I will just put it where my crease is. And what I'm going to do is basically I'm very light-handedly blending it into the previous color. Now whatever of that color is left on my brush, I'm just going to run it all over my lid. Now with the same fluffy brush, and if you see I'm only using one brush for the entire eye look, I'm just going to use one more for my lower lash line. I'm going to pick up this very camel looking brownish shade and I'm going to be using that as a transition color, basically blend the other two colors together. So I'm just very lightly swiping it in swiping motions, circular motions onto my crease, basically to bring the whole look together. Now this third color is actually very optional. Many a times I don't do this. I just use the first two colors. But today I feel like, because I think it's just going to blend those two colors. So I just use this. Now do you see this one looks a lot more complete and finished? So I'm just going to do that on the other eye as well. Now I'm going to take the Wet n Wild P15 brush. It's basically a flat brush, blending brush, and I'm going to pick up that very peach shade and I'm just going to put it all over my lid, basically to give a very finished look. Then with the same brush, I'm going to pick up this peach shade once again and I'm going to put it in my lower lash line. When I'm putting the shades in my lower lash line, any eyeshadow look that you're creating, you want to make sure that you connect it with your upper lash line. Basically whatever colors that you've put on your upper lash line, on your eyes, you want to make sure you connect your lower lash line with it. Then I'm going to go in with that camel mustardish kind of a shade and also put it on my lower lash line. Now whatever you're putting on your lower lash line, you don't have to be very precise. At least that's what my take is. I like a very smoked out look, so I'm not very precise with putting anything on my lower lash line. I just like to take the color and I just like to swipe it in swiping motions on my lower lash line. I like it to be beautiful and nice and blown out and smoky. I actually like to take in a little bit downwards, if you see, because that creates a shadow and kind of even camouflage your dark circles. So I just like to take it a little bit further. That's about it with the eyeshadows. If you see, I literally use 3 eyeshadow colors. You can use any eyeshadow palette, but if you're a beginner, I highly recommend this Swiss Beauty one. I think it's 200 or 300 rupees and it's really worth your money. The packaging is super solid. It's travel friendly also, and then you get some stunning colors in here. You can create some very beautiful looks. I'm not going to be taking any color for my brow bone highlight, but I will take this little bit of shimmer right here to put it in my inner corner. If I were to do a daily look, I would skip that shimmer, just put some mascara and I'll be good to go. But for this tutorial in specific, on a normal day, I would take a pointed brush like this, which is from PAC. This is the PAC 208 brush. It's a very beautiful brush for doing a smoky eye look or for smudging out your eyeliner. But since this is not clean, I'm just going to use any brush. So I have the Urban Decay flat brush from one side. I'm just going to take this brush and dip it into this color right here, and I'm just going to take this color very little bit because I just want that inner corner highlight right here. For this look, I don't like to use any eyeliner, but if you want to take it a notch higher, then you can definitely add a black matte eyeliner to this look and some eyelashes, and that's going to give you a very dolled up look for an evening. Also, personally, I like to put lashes and an eyeliner on a look like this when I'm really going out for a wedding or a function. I like to do either of the two. I like to use either my eyeshadows or I like to use my eyeliner. And falsies is something that I really like, don't get me wrong, but I think they are a notch higher. They are like taking your eye look to the next level. So I like to use them not on daily basis or not on my regular eyeshadow looks. I prefer some curled up eyelashes with lots of mascara. I'm going to be using this Rimmel London Nude 005 pencil. It's a very, very used up product. I'm going to use this in my lower waterline. I really like using a nude pencil in my lower waterline for whatever eye look I'm doing because I think it really opens up your eye and it makes them look a tad bit bigger. Now I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes and put some mascara. My all-time favorite drugstore mascara is this one from L'Oreal. It is the Lash Paradise Volume. It's such a beautiful volumizing mascara. The only downside is it's so hard to get it off your lashes. Even with my Clinique Take the Day Off I have to kind of massage it in well for this to come out from my eyelashes, but otherwise it's a beautiful volumizing mascara, so I'm going to be using this today. I've only done one side of my eyelashes, and do you see how volumizing that mascara is? This side is not done. It really lifts the eyelashes and kind of gives that beautiful volume to the eyelashes. For my lower lashes, I'll be using this Hyper Curl mascara because my lower lashes tend to break a lot, so I don't like to go in with the other one from L'Oreal, but this one is a tad bit lighter. This is also waterproof, but it's not that hard to get rid of. So on my lower lash line, I like to use this one. Now I'm going to go in with a highlighter, and if you guys have been following me on Instagram, you would know that I'm a sucker for highlighters, and these two from the drugstore are my most favorite. The first one is from Wet n Wild. It's the Mega Glow Highlighter in the shade Precious Petals. It's a beautiful champagne gold color. Really like this. It's a subtle glowy highlighter, and if you want to shine like a disco ball, highly recommend the Maybelline Master Chrome Highlighter in the shade Molten Rose Gold. It's a beautiful rose gold shade. Now today, because we want to shine like a disco ball, I'm going to be using this one. Now I really like the Wet n Wild for wearing on daily basis. It has no chunky glitters. It looks very natural. You can build it up also. But this one right here from Maybelline, it's like a disco ball on your face. It's so in your face highlighter. It's glowy, it's dewy, it's beautiful. It has a tad bit chunky glitter to it, but if you apply with this brush in particular, I don't see the glitters coming on my face. This is the Real Techniques brush. This is a setting brush from their range. I really like this. This is actually a setting brush for your under eyes, but I really like this one for applying my highlighters in specific. So we're going to take the Maybelline one, and you don't want to be very generous with this highlighter. You just want to dip in your brush like this once, and I'm going to start on the high points of my face. I really like to highlight my cheekbone area right here, and that's just one swipe, and do you see the glow that this one has given? I will also go ahead and highlight the brow bone area. Now I don't like to use any eyeshadow highlighter. I like to just use my highlighter like this on my brow bone area as well. I will also take it right above here and a bit on my temples. I also like to take this on the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, and a bit on the Cupid's bow. Now to set the entire face and also make my highlighter pop, I'm going to be using the MAC Prep and Prime. If there's one priming water I think you should invest in, or I would suggest for you to invest in, is this one right here. It's beautiful. It sets your makeup in place. It removes any kind of powderiness from your face. And this is going to make your makeup stay so long. If you're a bride and you're looking for a good makeup setting spray, I highly recommend the MAC one. The second one that's of the equal price range is the Urban Decay one, the All Nighter Urban Decay. It's a beautiful setting spray, but I personally really like this one from MAC. It comes in different fragrances also. So I'm just going to shake it well before I spritz it very gently on my face. Then I just like to fan my face off. I don't have a proper fan, so I'm just using my mirror to fan my face. Now after you see that my face has settled down, the Prep and Prime has kind of synced in, this is one of the main steps that I do, and I use this on my bare face also. If I'm not wearing any makeup, I'm just going to spritz some Prep and Prime, and it does the job really well. It makes my skin glowy and makes it look healthy. So do you see that highlighter is popping with that setting spray? Now I'm going to go ahead with lipstick, which is the last step of this makeup look, and my most favorite lipstick right now. I mean, I've used this so much already. You're going to see this. This is the one from K Beauty. It is their lip crayon. And you can see I've used up so much of this. I'm going to have to twist this up for the crayon to kind of come out. I've really been using this a lot. It's a beautiful peachy kind of a nude shade, and you guys know that I love nude lipsticks quite a lot. This one in particular is my most favorite right now. This is in the shade Gossip. Now the texture of this crayon is so beautiful. It sits on the lips really well. It stays on for a fairly long time, and it does not dehydrate or chap your lips. I really like this color in particular. I want to go in and buy a few more of these in particular because they are really beautiful crayons, and I really like this color in specific, and I'm looking forward to buy the other color, which is called Papped. I also like to outline my lips a little bit further than their actual boundary because I think that makes your lips look more juicy and more plumper. If you are someone who likes lip glosses, I would recommend you just put some lip gloss in the center of your lips because it goes really well with very beautiful dewy finish like this. I personally am not a lip gloss person. I like matte lipsticks a lot. So yeah, that's the look that I really love. So guys, with that, it's a wrap. I really hope you like this very dewy, natural and easy to do makeup look. I love this look for a dinner date and also for a day event. You can amp up this look with a pair of eyelashes and a beautiful winged eyeliner and you'll be good to go. If you're not following me on Instagram, then you're missing on some good, great content. I post a lot of product reviews there, and I also do a lot of makeup tutorials on my Instagram account. So make sure you connect with me on my Instagram as well. I'm going to leave the Instagram handle somewhere on the screen and also on the description box. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. And until I see you next, guys, thanks so much for watching. Love you all. Bye bye.